Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way today. And I tell you, Michelle and I are in California, Temecula, California today. We call ourselves running from Texas, that heat over in Texas. But I tell you, that heat over in California, especially up in where we are at in the valley, is just as hot as Texas. But we're going to talk about this young lady on the show today that's got a remedy for some of this as it relates to being cool. But I tell you, I got to bring the radio portion and television portion in at the same time. So, hey Todd, let's kind of link them up. Let's do it.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phases and stages. These are your experiences that teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. James is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the James Cooley Foundation. James is here to equip you to strive for greatness and to overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, James Cooley.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, it's hot out here. It is hot out here. We're in sunny California, up in Temecula, a little bit distant from San Diego, maybe 45 minutes, but there's a 30-degree temperature change when you're 35 or 40 minutes away, but I tell you, we ran from Texas and then in California now, and I can't tell the difference. What about you, Michelle? Can you tell the difference?
I can tell the difference. The heat in Texas is a little different than the heat in Southern California. It is different. Texas is like you're in it's just a different type of heat. I prefer the heat in California much better, even though it's still hot. I just prefer the heat better here. The Texas heat is people who've never been to Texas. It is an experience, but we're glad to be back here in Temecula, and we're glad to have this amazing guest on the show. And the title of the show, which I will introduce.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to have her back on because she has a remedy to some of the heat. And, everybody is going solo. I wouldn't say everybody. But that's what's being pushed, clean energy, solar energy. And this young lady got an invention as it relates to solar energy and how she go about keeping people cool. So wherever you're watching this at, whether you're watching on E360 television, whether you're watching on YouTube TV, LinkedIn, Twitter, over 35 of the live streaming mechanism, all you have to do is just go to the comments and ask any question that you might have. If you're listening to it on the radio, KCBQ, all you do is pick up the phone. Dial 1-866-577-2473. Michelle, I cannot wait to get this show started. Can you please introduce the title, the purpose, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest?
Yes, the title of today's show is the heat affecting your business? And we're going to have a sit-down conversation with entrepreneur, founder, author, product development coach, Dr. Vernice Nellon. And we're going to talk about the issue of heat illnesses, how to prepare for the extreme heat. And after the heat is over, what is next? So let's talk a little bit about our guest today. Dr. Vernice Snellen is the owner of Cool Breeze Solar Hats, Inc. and Cool Breeze Solar Hard Hats, Inc. She manufactures her own patented renewable energy solar cooling hats in Central California. She sells her hats all over the world, has been featured on the Today Show, Make Me a Millionaire Inventor, and CBS 47, just to name a few. She's the only minority woman-owned solar hat manufacturing company in the United States. Her hats are displayed and can be purchased at Walmart, Amazon, Ace Hardware, and many, many more. She coaches women innovators, and helps them to make their ideas come to life. With her experience and the aim to help women inventors, she wrote a book entitled The World of Manufacturing Through the Eye of a Minority Woman. The target audience of the book are the women inventors who have brilliant ideas but do not know how to make it come true. Dr. Nellon and her team embraces over 50 years of experience advocating for renewable resource options and healthy behaviors throughout the region. She was honored by the Obama administration as a champion of change and innovator in renewable energy. She's a dedicated mother and loving wife. She has a bachelor's degree in business administration, a master's degree in human resources, and a doctorate in administration and organizational management. And she's an active member of her local Fresno Metro Black Chamber of Commerce. So please welcome back to the show, Dr. Vernice Snellen.
Welcome back, Dr. Vernice. Welcome back. It's been a while. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, trying to stay cool. So, and I'm excited to be here. So, yes. So, I'm doing okay. No complaints.
I'm excited to have you back on the show just to catch up and talk about your inventions and all the other things that you're doing to try to save the world, try to help us stay cool. First of all, for the people that did not catch the first show or two that you was on, can you tell them a little bit about you, where you grew up, and what makes you tick?
Sure. So I'm originally actually from Brooklyn, New York. I was born and raised there. My parents they call me a mutt. My mom's Jamaican, my dad's Trinidadian. And so I was bred in a West Indian home, and there was nothing less than hard work, right? And education. Those were the things that I was engaged, and I was trained from, I guess out the womb, as they would say. From New York, I had started businesses right out of college. I was an entrepreneur right out of college. So I would say I've been doing this for now 30 years plus, and it's amazing how time has flown by. Came to California, and I married my husband. I tell him all the time that I've forgiven him because we were here in Fresno, California, and we started our business in solar on the homes. And then from there, because he was in solar on the homes before me, I call it solar on the homes, in solar. And from there, we decided that there was a lot of individuals in the solar industry, and we liked to be pioneers because my husband was a pioneer in the solar industry back in the early 80s. And as we continued to review, and especially after I went to the Obama's Champions of Change, we decided that we would then become pioneers of our hat, because we realized that while we were engaging out in the market with solar, that there were a lot of individuals that were not protected. And we felt like that was also a need. So instead of doing solar on the homes, we now do solar on the heads. And so we've been doing that for, believe it or not, this year, November, will be 10 years. So it's been a journey. Because I can tell you some stories, because we did not wake up saying, oh, yes, we were going to manufacture our hats. So the first several years of existence was, how do we become a successful manufacturer? And what does that mean? So we had to do a lot of homework, a lot of traveling. But we're here, and we're standing strong, now selling our Cool Breeze hats all over the world. So here we are. So that's my story in a nutshell. I tried to keep that down. I think I've practiced that enough, because I could go on and on and on.
Wow, we're gonna get off into that, the Cool Breeze hat, and learn a whole lot more about it. But Vernice, how important was education is to you and your family?
It was very important. As I said from earlier, my parents instilled education. I came from a generation where education was essential. Of course, back then, finding a good job with pension was essential. But I was, of course, they call it the black sheep. I went against the grain, and I said, well, I want to make my own pathway. I want to determine, when I get a pay raise. I want to determine when I have my vacations. But nonetheless, I wanted to make an impact in my community around. And so with that being said, education was really essential, and understanding the pros and the cons, understanding what I needed to do in regards to being successful, right? How did I need to apply the information in which was on paper, right? Which was in school, right? The education. So I went through my years, even when, because my marriage is a second marriage, so that to say, even through my years of raising my children as a single mom and turning into becoming married, education was essential. I still pursued to get my master's. I still pursued to get my PhD. And I wanted to make sure that my children understood that no matter what, education they can't take from you, right? Once you are knowledgeable, once you have information, that's power, right? And how do they get that information is by written documentation, right? So education was essential, and still to today is very essential. I try to encourage those who are around me, may it be my staff, may it be my children, to pursue that education in one way, in some format. May it be technology, if they're going technology, if it may be technical schools, however, but I do encourage that.
Yeah, education is extremely important, and we have to encourage that because I think it's a foundation. And just like you just mentioned, the different forms of education, doesn't always have to be formal.
Correct.
It could be on-the-job training, just
Mhm.
while you're learning,
Mhm.
technical school, and of course, formal training, formal education as well. So I tell you, we're gonna take a station break, but when we get back, we really gonna dive off into this is great invention of yours and talk a little bit more about that and get a better understanding of what you and your company is doing. So I'm excited. So I tell you, wherever you're watching this at, you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have, or pick up the phone, dial 1-866-577-2473. It's your life, and we'll be back shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Veteran and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation. Dr. Cooley is here to equip you to strive for greatness and overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, Dr. James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life, and I got this fantastic guest over here, the Dr. Vernice Nellon, and we getting ready to dive off into this solar hat. And we're going to get a chance to know all about it, what it does, where it's at, how you can get it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So, hey, Dr. Vernice, can you tell our viewers and our listeners how did you come up with the idea to create this hat, and what would you thinking when you did this that this might be the next big thing?
Okay, so Coolbridge Solar Hats really, and I can't take the steam and the excitement and the invention away from my husband. My husband actually is the one that invented the hat. I kind of took it from him, massaged it, and grew it. So when he was out on the field, up on the roof, doing solar, could not keep his head cool. An engineer by trade decided that he was going to make a hat for himself that he could keep cool. And so he started to dicker in the garage. I always tell the story in the garage, and was coming out of Home Depot because he kept his hat on all the time to keep his head cool. And coming out of Home Depot, two men wanted to fight him. And he was like, I'm not going to fight you for my hat. I'll make you a hat. And he did. And that was like the aha moment in regards to realizing, okay, people really were interested in our product. And so when we started Cool Breeze Solar Hats, we started on consignment because people really didn't know, all they thought about is the big panels, and could envision, okay, is this huge panel attached to some hat? How is it possible that there is a solar panel on a hat, right? Anyways, so Cool Breeze Solar Hat, the way that it is, it's a panel on top of the hat. It's attached to a fan. The fan blows air inside the hat or through the hat, outside a small little hole in the back of the hat. It's air conditioning automatically as you step out into the field, right? And so, so many people use it. We have a wide gamut of individuals that wear our product. You can find our product on Amazon. You can find it on our website, which is www.coolbreezesolarhats.com. We have distributors that sell our hat on the e-commerce platforms, and we have them in stores. I have a plethora of stores that are selling them. I think it'd be too much to list, but everybody knows Amazon. So we're on Amazon. And of course, you feel free to come to our website. But that's basically how the hat started. And today, which I am so excited to say, not only are hats used for individuals who are going on vacation and going to beaches and work outside, but we have the other side who have brain cancer, who have skin cancer, who cannot be outside for very long, who wear our product. So we have a wide variety of individuals that really, truly are appreciative of our products. And, over the last year, one of the things that we will be doing is really gathering up all of the testimonies and putting them on our platform so that people can really hear truly from I call them our family, who wear our product, and, showcase how it's been beneficial for them.
So your product, you had mentioned that it's all over. It's not just in California; it's all over the United States and overseas as well. Can you talk about that?
Sure, sure. So yes, our product goes from California all the way to Florida, all the way up north to Canada, right? That's really north. But we sell in Canada, we sell in Kuwait, we sell in Australia. We have individuals that really, truly, really value our product. I have a little story that I always tell, which I'm so blessed. There was an individual in Australia that really wanted our hats. By the time, and I have to really figure out how to get more distributors overseas, but by the time this individual finished purchasing our hats, because the individual wanted it so bad, the hat was over $200, right? But he didn't care. He wanted his hat, and he's loved his hat ever since. He values it like it's gold. But we sell our products all over the United States, based on individuals going on to Amazon because it is the fastest, it's the quickest way that people do purchase. But yeah, we're all over.
So how do you distribute to these different places?
So basically, the way that we distribute, individuals will call my office, call the plant. They would speak to my assistant, and excuse me, and we get you set up. We ask a litany of different questions because we really want to make sure that individuals are not too close when they are distributing in a brick and mortar, right? We want to make sure that individuals have an opportunity to truly be unique and sell the products if it is a brick and mortar. But many a times we have individuals that are doing it via e-commerce. And so we just create that relationship with individuals. Sometimes people will go into a store and they don't see it in a store and they request it. So we'll get calls from store managers saying, hey, we've had a number of individuals that have walked into our store and they're looking for this product. We had to go online and we found you, and we'd like to put your product in our store. Just recently this year, we've been added to our local zoo, and we're hoping that we will be expanding to more zoos throughout the state, or throughout the US actually. But that's pretty much how we have built our clientele. So it's either e-commerce platformers or brick and mortar stores that have found us through either word of mouth or through meeting up with individuals and got a gift and wanted to bring it into their store.
So going back a little bit, when you came up with the idea and then you actually put it to paper, came up prototype, how crucial was it to get the right people around that believed in the product? Because everybody like, oh, that ain't gonna work, or this or that. How critical was it to make sure that you had surrounding folks that truly believe in what you and your husband vision?
It was very important. We had already taken the oath that we were going to see this through. And we had had more no's than yes. But the yes individuals were the ones that we really stuck close to. Many times, may you not just be bringing a product to market, but just starting up a business. And it may seem different or unusual to the community around you. Sometimes, unfortunately, you're just going to have to get rid of that community. I always talk about the sandbox. You're going to have to step out of that sandbox, or maybe empty that sandbox and get some new individuals that really, truly support and see the vision. And it may not, because many times we always feel like it's going to be our family and our friends. 99% of the times that is not the case. And so it's important that you just make sure that you understand that it doesn't have to be a variety of individuals. It doesn't have to be a big pool. It could be 4 or 5 individuals, or even 2, right? But as long as you have those essential individuals and you continue to believe in yourself that what you have, may it be a product or a service, is needed, that will help you to get to the end goal and to be successful at the end of the day. So it's very important to find the few, because it's not many, but the few. It was important because they were the ones that helped us to get through to the other side in areas that we may not have been able to accomplish.
Was it an easy process, a tough process to patent the product and make sure that you do not have wannabe copiers to try to steal your patent? So how did you go about protecting your product?
So it was a long process. Back in the day, the process for patenting our product took about 6 years, right? 6 to 8 years it took. Now it might be a little bit easier and faster because of technology and individuals that kind of understand things. But it is a long, tedious process. That is where you really have to make sure that you have the right attorney with you, right? To make sure that that attorney understands your vision, not just today, but long term, right? Our patent attorney understood what we were trying to accomplish. And it's not cheap. The patent attorneys are not cheap, yes, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And so in the process of dotting the I's and crossing the T's, we were really, really happy that the attorney that we had as part of the team was experienced and was prepared to make sure that we were covered in all of the different areas. So our patent, and there are various types of patents. There are 5 different patents that people probably may not be aware of. And so people usually are familiar with utility and design, but there are 3 other different types of patents, which we won't even talk about. But you have to make sure that whatever you are bringing forth, that it is covered either on a utility sense or on a design sense. But we are a utility patent, so it covers us in every aspect possible. Because we've had some individuals out there that have tried to copy us, or like to copy us, and actually, now that we've been around a little while, it's almost an honor in terms of we finding that somebody wants to copy us, because people only want to copy you if you're good, right? They don't want to copy something that's bad, right? They leave that away. They flush that down the toilet. But if they see something that's good and they like it, they're gonna try to do something to expand on it, change it, make it make it theirs. So we actually find it as an honor and a blessing, but don't try to do it, because we will. My attorney is. Whew. So, anyways, it's difficult.
I know. I tell you what, we gotta take a station break. But we're gonna come back. We're gonna pick it up. We're gonna talk a lot more
Okay.
about this solo hat and a lot more of what you and your husband are doing. So I tell you, if you want to be part of this conversation, regardless of which platform you're watching on or listening on, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer, or pick up the phone and dial 1-866-577-2473. It's your life, and we'll be back shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Hello. Hey, I'm James Cooley. I am the founder and CEO of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, Options, Opportunities, / Choice Program. Our primary mission is to help build a foundation of our youth and young adults and communities. And we encourage everyone to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. And the way that you do that is, first of all, you got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you are here for a purpose. You also have to be able to step out your comfort zone and do things that you probably didn't think that you can do. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life, and I tell you, just listening to the doctor explain her product and also let us know what the rules are, because a lot of people will try to steal your product, especially if you don't have it copyrighted and protected. And that's one of the first things that I believe that you have to do in order to protect your patents and your product. So Doc, I want to pick back up again. Can you tell our viewers and listeners exactly how does the solo hat work? And are there any features, new features, et cetera, that they might want to know about? Think you're on mute right now.
I am so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so the way that the solar hat works, very simple. The sun hits the solar, which the solar panel, which is on top of the hat, operates the fan, which is in front of the hat. It's embedded in front, blows air through the hat and out the back of a little hole in the back of the hat. And it just circulates fresh air almost. It feels like fresh air. It feels like an air conditioning when you step out in the sun. So if you perspire or just get a little bit of sweat going on, that cools the head down, ultimately cooling the body down, and allows you to enjoy your activities outdoors. So if you're working outdoors, if you're gardening, or if you're if you're a farmer, even if you're going to the beach, anywhere that there's sun and you want to remain cool, basically, my hat will do that for you. It's a broad brim hat that protects the ears, protects the face and the shoulder. Some of our brims are wider than others, and we have a variety of different kinds, which are on our Amazon store, as well as they're in our website, which is coolbreezesolarhats.com. So that's basically how it works. I mean, there's really not a lot to it. It's just a matter of the process to just allow the air to move through the hat, and it works. It works. You can go out nowadays and you can look at TikTok and Instagram, and you'll have all kinds of individuals who have taken selfies and who are doing their own little skits on the hat. So we're really excited that it's very organic, that people are showing how the hats work.
And so with this hat, how does it, in many cases, prevent heat strokes, heat illnesses, etc.? So they would have a protection layer on making sure, I'm going to say making sure, but prevention from people that are susceptible to that.
Yes. So we've had the hat tested. It is UV 50 plus. Because of the way that the weave, the straw is woven. Our hat is a strong straw palm leaf type material, which is then sealed. And that is the way that we are protecting our family, our customers, right? And so basically, when the individual's wearing the hat, there's no sun, or very, very, when I say a microscopic of sun coming through the hat, which then ultimately allows the air that's coming through to do its business, do its course, right? Cool down the top of the head. Because usually when we're outside, where we're losing or how we're losing our body, our fluids, is through the top of our head. We sweat, and that's where we are normally starting to really get that heat illness. And so our hats allow the individual to stay cooler, which then allows the individual to then maintain a body temperature that will not take them to the point of a heat stroke or a heat illness. Now, don't get me wrong, our hat is part of a solution. It is not the solution, right? So along with our hats, you should be staying hydrated. You should still stay, within some areas of coolness if you can, or shade protection if you can, because there are other parts of your body that are not getting protected from our hats. So it's part of the solution, right? It helps to minimize the possibility of someone leading into some form of a heat illness, which may be a heat stroke or anything of that nature.
Yeah, so just trying to formalize, how heavy is the hat with all the stuff? I want to talk about that and
It's
what makes the hat, what type of material.
I know people always think that it's, I'm going to have to send you one, Miss Dr. Cooley.
Oh,
But
okay,
people
okay.
always think, and to your beautiful wife as well, but people always think that it's heavy. It's not. It's like your regular hat. It's like your regular hat. So it's less than a pound. It's 0.03. I don't know. It's very, very light. If you can think of your straw hat that you would go to the store and you'd buy for $25, $30, it's the same weight. It's the same weight. We have been very intentional in regards to how everything is placed and how things weigh in the hat. So it's like your normal hat. I don't even know how else to explain it. But when you get your hat, then maybe we'll revisit again. And then that way you'll answer the question, because, sometimes you need an outside source to really answer that question. But it's light. It's light.
I look forward to it. I mean, I look forward to getting it and having you back on and telling you how we feel about it, and I'm gonna stop sweating. I sweat like a pig last day on earth all the time, So just
We're gonna get you a hat. We're gonna get you a hat. Yes. So that way you could be a live test person, and you can give your own comments, do your own testimonial. Now, of course, we're not going to do a testimonial if it's bad, but we'll do a testimonial if it's a good one. Okay.
well, I know it's not bad because I've been looking at the reviews and all the stuff that you guys are doing, and have you added anything different to it since the last show?
So, it takes a while for us to go through processes. We did bring out a new hat. It is called our Cabana hat, and it's a different material. So that is what we have right now. So yes, we do have a new product. It's with colors, right? So we have, and I didn't even think about it. It's all at the plant in terms of showcasing the hats, but it is our Cabana hat. They come in different colors. They come in, brown, black, green. So we do have a new style. And, so that's what we brought to market. Now, what we're working on in the back end, don't tell anybody, are children's hats. And so those will be probably in another 2 years, because it does take some time to go through the whole process and making sure that we are doing right by the children once we bring it to market, and we'll have the proper age group in terms of who can wear them. But for right now, we did come out with a new style and different colors and a different material. So that's really what has been since the last time we've spoken.
So for people out there that's thinking and visualizing this, and I know one of the things that going across their mind is, how much does one of these things cost? Is it extremely expensive? Where can I get it from? I know you mentioned Amazon.
Yes.
But is it in any other stores, or like hardware stores, or any of that stuff around that they might be shopping at?
Yes. So on Amazon, it's $62. But everything and every platform where it's sold from Cool Breeze, shipping is free. On our website, I believe it's $59. So it ranges from the $59 to $62 range. Again, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on our website, coolbreezesolahats.com. Local stores, they would be in some True Values and some Ace Hardwares. We have some stores that may not have the name Ace Hardware or True Value, but they are associated with that. So we have stores like Fresno Ag here locally, but they are, a True Value. But those are the areas. And then we have them in some Walmart, selected Walmarts. So we're not nationwide, but we do sell them on walmart.com. We've found that a lot of individuals are going to the e-commerce platforms versus going directly to the stores. So we're now really, engaging and working more with the e-commerce platforms, because that is the way that our society is going.
Oh yeah, and so as long as people, and right now would be the ideal time for folks to go out and get you one of these Cool Breeze hats, and let that little fan, let it just cool you down, because right now I believe all over the country is record heat that we have never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're out there listening, one of the ways to do that is to go out and get you that hat, and cool down. So Dr. Vernice, we have to take a station break, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna continue to talk about this. We're gonna continue to discuss a lot of other things, and I tell you, whichever platform that you're watching this on, again, come on now. If you got a question for this great doc, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask her any question that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-866-577-2473. Remember, is your life, and go out and get your hat today. We'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley. The J.C. Cooley Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was...
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. Wow, this has been an exciting 3 segments so far. We're learning about the solo hat. We're talking to the inventor. We're just learning so many things as relate to that. And plus, it's hot outside. So this is one of the remedies to help combat the heat. So go out there and get you one of them solo hats. I'll tell you, I would be remiss if I did not put a plug in about my new book, A Black Man Point of View, Mind, Body, and Soul, which we released it 3 weeks ago. It was released #1 release, #1 bestseller. And it's a Black Man Point of View, Mind, Body, and Soul. A lot of people look at it like, this is all about Black people. No, it's not. This book talks about the trials and tribulations that we as Black men has struggled with over 400 years of colonization, slavery, and being treated like second-class citizens. However, this book also gives you the remedy of how to learn to forgive, how to love, not hate, how to push aside those things that happened in the past and learn to love and forgive today. Love all people, regardless of black, white, pink, gold, or purple. A Black Man Point of View is a roadmap to that. So you can get my book at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or anywhere where books are sold. Pick you up a copy of it. So I want to pick this up, again, with this great invention that you got. Any guidelines on how a person should wear the solo hat?
Yes. Thank you for asking that question, because so many times I find people trying to put the fan on in the back of the hat. So the fan goes to the front of the hat because you want the air to flow at the front to go back, right? And again, also, I always tell people no free haircuts on us, right? It does not get tangled because the airflow goes in and not out, right? And so, yes, it would be behooved to put the hat. Now, mind you, once you buy your hat, it's your hat. You wear it however you want. If you want to wear the fan on the side, that's on you. But to get the most airflow and to really truly enjoy the hat, the fan should be in the front and allowing allowing the airflow to flow through. Now, mind you, some folks might have a whole lot of hair, right? And so if you have a lot of hair, it may not cool you down as quickly as someone who has no hair, right? But you will definitely feel that airflow and you will get that enjoyment and you'll have that smile and say, ah, when you wear it. So that's the way that the hat should be worn.
Wow. I think it would be okay for me then, with the airflow going, because I don't have the big fro and none of that stuff. Yeah.
You will enjoy it.
So, Dr. Nellon, you are a product development coach. What exactly does a product development coach do?
Well, I started doing the product development coach, and now I find myself doing business development along with product development. But my goal when I became a coach was to really help individuals understand what it meant to bring their idea to fruition and all of the different pitfalls or all of the different obstacles one may encounter in going through that product development. And so I find myself, though, that many a times before you can even get to the product, you have to understand the business side of it. And in order to, really be successful, to have your product on the market for a length of time, you have to make sure that the foundation is there. You have to make sure that you set yourself up so that you can get to that product development. So I've been helping women more so with business development, even though they have an idea, but more so business development, which has been really a joy because I now have seen individuals who have developed the business, gotten all of the I's dotted, the T's crossed, and then have moved into creating their idea and or product and bringing it into life. So that's pretty much what I do. I bring the idea to fruition so that it is now successful in making some money.
So you primarily deal with women, entrepreneurs, primarily, any guys?
You're trying to put me in a corner, Doctor. Put me in a corner, right? Okay. I am going to say that I would help anyone and everyone, but I have found that I gravitate and women gravitate more to me, right? I gravitate more to women because we have a tendency of understanding, right? A lot of the things that men may not understand in terms of us as women going through different life changes. We might have children, so forth and so on. But I have coached both men and women. I just find that sometimes women need more support. They have a tendency of having a lot more balls to juggle, and that patience, that understanding, and just giving that person the platform of saying and them understanding that as long as you stay in there, you stay consistent and persistent, no matter how long it takes, you will accomplish your goal. Because sometimes we have so many things coming to us with life that people may not understand or men may not understand. And so as a woman to a woman, I can understand those things. But I don't limit myself to just women. I coach any and everyone who is willing and ready to receive. Because not only am I here to give, but I need to know that you're also there to receive. Because at the end of the day, it's a give and take, right? I don't want to find myself, and I found myself in situations where I'm giving information, but yet people are still doing the opposite, right? And so that is a waste of both parties' times, right? So I just have to make sure that whoever I'm coaching, that there is going to be an opportunity of a win-win for both sides.
Wow. How has being a mentor coach changed you personally? Because the gratification, just seeing somebody else learn and go out and be successful, how have that changed you?
It has humbled me tremendously. It is so exciting when I go out into the community and I run into someone that I've been helping, or they send me a text or they give me a call at all odd times because I have students who have moved on and now we're just friends. And to see that they are accomplishing their goal, they are actually doing what they had planned and what they had desired, which may have started off on a piece of paper or in a business plan. And now they're doing it. They're making funds. They're sustaining. And if there's an issue that arises, that they feel comfortable enough to give me a call. So it's really exciting to know that the experiences that I had gone through, all of the trials and the tests that I had experienced, is now a testimony that I can share with others, and that testimony can be a fruit to someone as they are planting their seeds.
Wow. Yeah. So you do so many things. What other projects are you working on right now?
Well, I am working on another project in regards to developing another entity that would allow a cohesive environment, meaning that everyone would share a part of the pot. That's pretty much in works right now, so I can't really talk too much about it, but it does have an opportunity for individuals to own a piece of this project that I'm working on, not just from the top, but from the bottom up and so forth and so on. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to develop that right now. More to come, I guess, as to say. But that is my project that I'm working on right now. I'm also looking at continuing the relationship with Amazon. Matter of fact, after I leave here, I'm going into a meeting with them. They want to cultivate a deeper relationship with me, or with us, the team, with Cool Breeze. And so we're working on that and preparing for a new season, a new year. So we're really excited about that relationship that we are cultivating with Amazon. So there's a lot of little things, or I should say big things, that are happening. More to come. I guess maybe I have to come back again, but I'm really excited about the things that we have in the fire right now.
So we're almost out of time. How could people get in touch with you, and tell them again how they can buy your hat?
Sure. They can go to www.coolbreeze, and cool is spelled with a K. So it's coolbreezesolarhats.com, or they can go on Amazon and they can order the products. If they need to reach us, they can send an email to coolbreezesolarhats@gmail.com and send a question or comment or anything that they may have to, inquire, and we will definitely respond back. But they can definitely go to our website, Cool Breeze Solar Hats, and it's cool with a K.
You are invited back, Dr. Vernice.
Awesome.
You're invited back. Looking forward to having you back again as well, and to talk about all these great things that you're doing. So I want to thank you for taking the time to come on the James Cooley Show. It's your life. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another outstanding show. I'd like to thank my producer, Todd Pyrick, KCBQ, Go San Diego. But most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show. It's your life, every day, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. I tell you, I'll be remorseful not to tell you that we always have to dream big, think big, and be big at everything we do. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life.
Thanks for joining us for the James Cooley Show. It's your life. To learn more about Dr. James Cooley and how you can support the show or become a guest, visit CooleyFoundation.org. Join James for more motivation and inspiration to help you become equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. This has been It's Your Life with Dr. James Cooley, where you learn how to dream big, think big, and be big in everything you do.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.